everyone, today I've got your Black Mass movie review. In the mid-1970s, Boston gangster James Whitey Bulger becomes one of the most dangerous in history. As far as the story goes, obviously I was attracted to this film because Johnny Depp seems to really have made a comeback into being in roles that really are better for him than what he's done in the past. I mean, he's had a few flops in his film career, and he's always been so over the top with his roles, and sometimes it pays off and other times it doesn't. Being in a role like this really felt like how he was in Public Enemies, which I thought was a really well done film. And this film obviously looks to be almost the exact same way, if not better, because it's really bringing us back to those like Goodfellas roots, and it just, looks really cool. And obviously movies that are set in Boston and have a lot going on as far as gangs go, and always having like the big bad of like this whole echelon just seems to be something that really interests me and really, gets me immersed into these or seeing these roles being portrayed on screen. Seeing Johnny Depp, obviously, I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of his, but I think I might have to change my mind after seeing this movie. And I know that he right away looks the part as playing Whitey Bulger. He just really puts on this phenomenal performance, and one where you can't even tell that, it's Johnny Depp. He's not just playing just this wacky character. He is really getting down to the nitty-gritty of this role, and he's powerful, he's tough, he's intimidating, and yes, he can be kind of scary to watch, especially when he's dealing with all these other people or people that he considers to be lower than him, and he just has to get rid of them because he doesn't want to have to deal with them anymore. So he really just made this role really perfect for him. I just think it was a really well done performance. So I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, this guy deserves an Oscar now for this role. I can honestly say, yes, that may be true, but I don't honestly think he's gonna get it. I mean, he's great in his performance, but it's not worthy of an Oscar just yet. I just honestly don't think this will be his year, but that's left for another story. Moving on to some of the other phenomenal performances in this movie, we got Joel Edgerton, who plays this guy who's sort of trying to be on Johnny Depp's good side, yet he's also trying to do his job, so you don't know, whether his intentions are good or bad, and technically it seems like it's bad because he's doing something that's beyond what the law, should do. I mean, he's aiding a criminal, basically, and everybody knows it, but they're not doing anything about taking care of Johnny Depp, so it's kind of crazy to watch. You've got Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Whitey Bulger's younger brother, and he's powerful in his own way because he's into politics, and he gets pretty fun to watch on screen as well, and even has some good lighthearted moments as well. You've got Dakota Johnson, who obviously I liked in 50 Shades of Grey, but she plays Whitey Bulger's wife, and she doesn't really have that big of a role in this movie, but I still think it was cool to see her in a movie like this. And then you've got maybe some minor roles in this movie like Kevin Bacon and Adam Scott. I think overall it was a pretty well-casted film, so it really drew me into wanting to see this movie in the first place. The things that I liked about this movie, I would say the things that I loved about this movie, obviously, it's the whole theme, the whole feel of this movie. It's just really well shot, and it really looks like an authentic gangster movie. I feel like that it, had all those different elements to it. So, I mean, it had like the violence and just all this intense stuff going on, and sometimes it could be even hard to watch. I almost felt like turning away at one point when Whitey Bulger is having to deal with somebody that, you know, shouldn't have been dealt with the way he did. But it was just absolutely crazy to see. But the things that I did not like about this movie, in the end, however this movie was mostly good, it really did just feel like your average, authentic looking mobster movie, and I couldn't say this really sets itself apart from other movies that I'm sure we've all heard of, like Goodfellas, and I'm not just comparing that movie, I'm sure there's others as well. And honestly, I would just say it's just an average movie that is good to look at. Overall, I would say that Black Mass was a pretty intense movie, yet maybe even dark at times, and it really does shell out all of these really phenomenal performances, but honestly, I feel like some of the time it didn't pay off well in the end. So I would recommend checking out seeing this movie, and I would give it 4.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Black Mass. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.